just wanna leave. And
Yeah.
come back. I promise I will come back.
Yeah, I hope so.
I promise
You
I'll
better.
come back. I'll come back. Welcome back, everybody, to the channel, Moving Up with the Miclettes.
Moving on up.
Mm-hmm. And here we are once again with another installment of our weekly videos. So what are we talking about today, Queen Miclette?
We are talking about how our family routine has changed during COVID times, Rona times, whatever you want to call it.
Man, and yes, it has changed quite a bit.
Yes.
You know, so
Yes.
lots of changes since March, to say the least. You want to set it off?
So the first way our routine has kind of changed, definitely in regards to our physical fitness and our eating habits. You know, before at work, I would literally take my lunch hour and I would go to the gym every day. But yeah, all that stopped. So, you know, you had to adjust like we all had to. So now we do our at-home workouts and, you know, try to adjust and put those in there whenever we can. But even those can be difficult, you know, when I get home, you know, and kids are running around trying to get dinner on the table. And I'm like, okay, well, let me try to get in a 20-30 minute workout. Sometimes it just doesn't happen. But we try to do the best that we can and still, you know, get our physical fitness on at the house. Squats, lunges, everything that we can do, you know, punch a bag in the garage, all that. What about you?
Yeah, man. Having a weight room at school that I would access after practices 2 times a week, that's gone. That's out of the question. I can't even get onto campus to use that because of protocols. That first week that we went on distance learning way back in March, I immediately went in with the mindset of being physically healthy, being mentally healthy, and starting the routine. And from March up until maybe June, I was pretty good about it. I was working out 3 to 4 times a week. And then stuff started to get on that mental block side of things. Emotionally and mentally, I was just falling into a downward spiral of being home, seeing the walls of the house, you know what I mean? Trying to find something to do with the kids and keep everybody healthy and keep everybody active. But that energy, that same energy was just, it was not the best, most positive energy every day. And so I started to slip. And it took me a few weeks, and then the school year started, and getting into that routine of distance learning with a brand new structure, man, that was the most difficult thing to get back into that routine. So yeah, physically, fitness, workouts, it has been extremely difficult.
Yeah, and also that comes with eating. So we used to be on a, you know, meal prepping every Sundays, getting that. And sometimes, you know, I still do because I go to work. So I still try to meal prep, you know, a couple meals out of the week. But, you know, with him, he's home and I'm like, okay, well, I made this. You can have it. You can eat it. And he's like, oh, I'll just do this, or I'll make something, you know, when I make something for the kids. And, you know, then it comes to the kids and it's like.
Yeah. And it's crazy because the kids have actually become really independent when it comes to their eating habits because they get hungry at a time when I'm actually teaching. So I may be in a class and they're hungry and they'll fix themselves something to eat. But usually what that is cereal, toast, waffles, and very rarely will they actually wait until I make something to eat. Like a real meal for lunch. Yeah. I don't know, man. They've become like independent, like really independent, but it hasn't come with the best eating habits.
Yeah. I mean, that's not to say that we don't have tons of fruits and
vegetables in the house. For sure.
They just, if we don't kind of cut those things up for them and give it to them, they're like, whatever.
They'll skip past
Just give me my waffle with Nutella. I don't want no apple slices right now.
Yeah.
So, you know, just trying to stay on track with that and making sure that they're getting their fruits and vegetables with each meal and trying to keep them, you know, accountable for certain things too. You can't always have your cereal for every meal.
For every meal, Craig. Craig. Can't have cereal with a big bowl.
Yeah.
Every meal. you know. So.
And speaking of kids, you know, their extracurricular activities, unfortunately, they've stopped. For a minute there, when things started to open back up, they were doing, you know, karate on Saturdays. And
that lasted about a month.
Yeah, a month. Maybe a little bit more.
A month and a half.
But, you know, they did appreciate that. And you could tell it was so different because before they were doing karate on Zoom. And that was just, they'd be in the living room messing around, fighting, you know, doing all that. And we're like, guys, this is class. They ain't trying to hear that.
Nope.
They're like, look, I'm already on Zoom all day for class. And then have to do Zoom on Wednesdays and Monday and Wednesdays for karate.
Yeah.
They wouldn't feel that. So it was good to, you know, incorporate a Saturday actually in person, socially distanced karate for them. So that really did help. But, you know, and I know coaching for you took a toll. So.
Yeah. The two sports that I coach, cross country and track and field, cross country is a fall sport. That didn't happen during the fall. Track and field is a spring sport. That may not happen. And what's crazy is to think that, you know, I actually start training athletes way back in the summer, you know, and so I'm training athletes by July, June even, in some years, but July and August at the very latest. And that hasn't happened. Trying to find locations in which are central to athletes and their homes in a city as big as San Jose is. I don't think people realize how big San Jose really is until you're like, okay, well, who can meet up here and who can meet up there? Next thing you know, you're traveling 20 minutes or 30 minutes at certain times of the day because of traffic, you know, and it's really challenging. And the fact that I can't just say, let's go meet up at the school, because for some kids, that school is a 20-minute walk or a 30-minute walk. Or they have to drive across town, take the bus, take the train. And so for many of my athletes, meeting up in one location that's not our campus, it's almost impossible for them. And then, you know, just for me as a coach, finding the time, you know, finding the time to schedule, you know, a training session, which now means even later. And for many athletes and their families, they're not willing to do that. You know, they're not willing to meet up for practice at 6 o'clock in the evening, especially now during the winter months and it's darker earlier. What has that done to me? Man, you know, emotionally, mentally, I miss coaching. You know, I miss training athletes. I miss the everyday engagement with those athletes and developing athletes. And I can't do that now. And it sucks, man. It really does. You know, I miss my athletes. I miss the process. I miss training sessions. I miss practice. 2.5 hours, 2-hour sessions. I miss it.
Yeah.
You know.
And then another thing that has definitely changed is the bedtime and wake up habits for the kids.
Yeah. Even for us.
Yes, for us.
Bedtime and wake-up time habits have significantly changed for everybody in the Miclette household.
Well, I think my bedtime is still the same. I still go to bed at like 11.
Yeah, your bedtime. You get tired, you get tired.
I mean, everyone's like that, but...
When the robe goes on and she lays down in the bed, let me tell you something. It's a wrap. It's a wrap.
You know.
It's over. Party done. Party done.
No, I mean, I still go to bed at the same time. Waking up, it is a little bit later, but that's only because now I'm leaving later. So before I was leaving at like 7 o'clock in the morning to be at work by 7:30. But now, you know, because of the distance learning at home, I'm staying, you know, an hour later to try to make sure that they're logged on, or if he has an early morning meeting, you know, that I'm helping getting the kids dressed, whatever that means. And you know,
that's
logged on, you know, to their classes and, you know, prepared.
Yeah.
So for me, now I'm leaving at 8:30 to try to make it to work by 9, but that also means I get home later. But you know,
their bedtime has gotten a little bit later. Their wake up time has gotten later by about I'd say about 45 minutes to an hour. Depending on the day, right? Because some mornings, out of nowhere, they'll be up at like 6:30 to 6:45, right? 6:30, 6:45, they're up. Other mornings, and we got bodies that are dragging through the house at 7:30.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm like, man, you got 30
Class
minutes.
in 30 minutes, yeah.
How you going to eat, brush your teeth, get your hair done, wash your face, put your lotion on, and get logged into class in the next 30 minutes when you ain't even trying to be awake right now?
Good times.
Good times.
Yes.
Yeah, man. And you touched on something just a second ago. Now that she's getting home later, and now that we're entering the winter months, it could be like 5 o'clock. And I'm like, dang, when is she coming home? It's hecka dark outside.
Oh, well, see,
It feels like it's 8 o'clock.
well, now you know how it feels, because before pre-COVID times, you know, he would be coaching track until 6:30. Sometimes I get home till 7:30 at night, and you know, I'd be home handling dinner, getting the kids prepared for the night, you know, working on homework. So, you know, and I'd always be like, "What time is it?"
And
Okay,
it
it's
would
like
be
7 o'clock.
It
Where
would
he
be
at?
like 6.
No, it wasn't.
It would be more
No,
like
it wasn't.
6 o'clock.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah. What else has changed in that morning routine? Breakfast. Breakfast has changed. Getting up to actually eat a breakfast that's hearty, that's going to get the kids through the day, that has changed. Now it's like, I'll just eat something. And recently the kids have been like, oh, I'm not even hungry. What you mean you're not hungry? You haven't eaten since what, 6 o'clock last night? How are you not hungry? And they'll come in the kitchen like, no, I'm not hungry.
I'll just get some orange juice.
Yeah, I'll just get some orange juice. Oh, and one waffle. What? One waffle? What's that going to do for you? You know? And so
But then they'll come back, you know, when you're
like an hour and a half later, while I'm teaching, and they're like, I'm hungry.
making all kinds of noise.
Yeah, man, pouring cereal, making it sound like a whole ice machine at AM PM. You know, the kids' lunches have changed. Just the whole morning prep routine has changed.
Yeah.
You know, trying to get the kids out the house by a certain time. There's no rush for that right now. There's no urgency. You know, so being urgent to get out the house doesn't apply right now.
Yeah.
You know, so it seems like although everybody is more relaxed, it's very different, right? It's a much more relaxed environment, but that's because we don't have to actually physically leave the house.
Except for me.
Except for you. The next topic. Now, although she gets to go to work every day, and there's challenges that are, you know, challenges that come with that, I'm home all day. Now, for those of you who are also working from home, and you've never worked from home, you might feel me on this. But since March 14, 15, since March 16th.
He knows the day.
Yeah. Since March 16th, I've been home.
And the kids have been home.
Every day. All day. I'm home all day. I think we all go through that point in our careers where we say, if I could only just work from home, how nice would it be to not have to go to work? How nice would it be for me to not have to deal with this traffic and commute? Right? I think everybody goes through that phase of how nice would it be to just stay at home. And although I still feel that way, just not under these conditions, right? And I've been saying that since March. It would be nice to not have to go to work. But under these conditions, it just presents all kinds of different challenges. And, you know, waking up in the morning thinking, okay, I'm going to get dressed. And then you walk out to the kitchen and you're just working from the kitchen. And then the day goes by and then you're still in the kitchen and you're still at home. You're in the living room. You go outside. You go back into the kitchen. I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to be real with y'all. It has definitely led to a new, different type of energy and a different mindset. You know, trying to get through the day every day where you're just in your same environment. Not that I don't appreciate my family, not that I don't appreciate this time that I get to spend with my kids. The energy is different. I would like to go out and play. Like I said earlier, even if it meant going to track practice for 2 hours, you know, just to leave and come back, you know, it would be nice.
That's the thing. You just want to be able to leave and come back.
Yeah, I just want to leave and come back for a little bit, you know, or leave for a little bit and come back. You know, it's hard. You know, it's definitely hard. And again, that's not to say that I'm not appreciating this time, because I am. Like, I'm really, really trying to appreciate this time, and I've gone through that as well. That mental, that mental block, I guess you can say, of just taking a step back and saying, okay, this is that time in my life, and even with the kids that we'll probably never have again.
Yeah.
Enjoy it. Enjoy the moment. Appreciate the moment. Be in the moment. And look at it as an opportunity. Opportunity to connect with the kids in a way I'll probably never get to again.
And hopefully that's something that you're able to do at this time. Just appreciate what you do have, all the blessings you do have, because at the end of the day, there's so many people, that are no longer with us because of what's going on right now. So, we're just trying to appreciate everything that's happening. Me appreciating that I have a job to go to, and him appreciating that he's able to work from home, even with the challenges that are happening right now. Just trying to stay optimistic, be optimistic, wake up every day, knowing another day will happen tomorrow, and just facing those challenges head on. So let us know what you are appreciating down in the comments, and hopefully you like, share, subscribe. Click that notification bell, and join us for the next video, and stay tuned for our next wine time that we do on Fridays. That's our date nights, that we are able to kind of unwind and enjoy each other. Keep moving up with the Miclettes.
All right, move up, y'all. Check y'all out. I do. I look like I got a tiny little arm. Look at it. I got a small little arm. No, I'm not saying you gotta do that.
Well, I got a big old arm, so I have to put mine in the back.
Take one. Action. Welcome back, everybody, once again to the channel. Moving up with It's been a while. And now it's crazy because